What is up, you guys? This is Wetbucket, and I'm extremely tired. It's 10:30 in the morning. I'm pretty tired. It's probably the earliest I'll probably wake up over the summer. I'm pretty lazy, but once I get that job, I'll probably start waking up really early. Hopefully that happens. I really want a job, so I won't have to be sitting at home not doing anything. But yeah. So lately, at night I've been thinking about like what I'm gonna do with my channel, like stuff. What am I gonna talk about, or something like that. So I decided to tell you guys a little bit more about myself because I don't really explain who I am or like uh, why is it the way I think, or like I don't really. You guys don't really know me, I guess. So I decided to tell you guys a little story. This probably has nothing to do with what my personality, but it does kind of show my logic in thinking. So this actually took place 4 years ago. So this was the summer after my freshman year in high school. So what had happened was every year we go to LA to celebrate my little sister's birthday because it's right off the end towards the end of summer, so going towards September. And we were where was it? We were on our way back home after the whole birthday thing. We were coming home to uh, to San Pedro. So I don't know if you guys know where that is, but it's going towards from LA towards Long Beach, I guess. I don't really know, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're on our way home. It's 12 p.m. at night. 12 a.m. I think. 12 a.m. Yes. 12 a.m. at night, and what had happened was we're going out down this two-lane street. So by two-lane, I mean like there's two lanes in each oncoming traffic and on our side of traffic. So we were going down the street, and I kind of saw this car like sitting on like this in between this alleyway, and it was kind of one of those moments where like, oh, something doesn't belong. Like this car did not seem like it was there, it was there a lot of the time. So I kind of saw this coming already, and as we were passing by, this car headlights turn on. It just starts picking up speed, and I can see this car like going straight towards us, and we're in a GMC, so that's a six-seated car, so it's a pretty big car, and it's really big. And they're in a four-seated car, so it's like one of those small small Honda cars. I don't know. It was just really small. And what happened was that as we were passing this car, my auntie was driving, and she decided to swerve around the car so we wouldn't have this collision, and this car ended up hitting my side of the vehicle, so on the passenger side. And by since we were already swerving, the force of the car being impacted made the car actually start to roll over, and it tilted and it began to roll. Like we actually like flipped over, and as we're like in mid roll, like we're like halfway completely upside down, and I'm like, so much stuff is running through my head. It's like it's 12 a.m. and I'm really tired, and I don't know if this was a dream or this was real. So it was like really weird. Like I could not believe that this was happening, because it was like one of those things that you just see on TV, and it's like, oh, this is never gonna happen to me, but I guess it did, and it was pretty crazy. So as we were rolling, my aunt was on the driving seat, so it kind of rolled on my side towards her side, but it didn't really completely roll on her side. It rolled only once, so it just squished my side of the vehicle. And as we stopped rolling, but we began to skid. Like we just kept sliding, and the car actually slid. I would say like 20 to 30 feet, and it was pretty far. Like and the car that got impacted us, I could see it. Like the whole front end was completely gone. It had just crunched in, and but the people in it were like completely fine. And instead of trying to help us out as we stopped, they began to run. And so by this, like the first thought I had was like, oh, these guys are like drunk driving, or they just did something bad. So I was like, damn, this is so bad. And so as we stopped rolling, I turn around to see if my whole family's okay. They're like, oh yeah, we're fine. And by whole family, I meant my aunt, my one cousin, and my brother. And so there was 4 people in the car. And so I'm like kind of worried for my brother. I was hoping he wasn't hurt, which he wasn't, which was really good. And none of my other aunt and my auntie and my cousin were completely fine. So everybody got out of the car, but we weren't able to. I think what happened was that the whole the side of the driver's side was fine. So I think everybody was able to open the doors and get out. I don't really remember. Maybe I think my aunt's side was actually kind of broken, so she had to crawl through a window. And my side was completely squished, so half the door was basically squished in. So it was crunched up, and I could not open the door. And so what I had to do is take out the seatbelt onto this all the shattered glass on the ground, and I had to crawl out through the windshield. So as I did this, I got like really cut up, but not like so bad that it was like completely bleeding. But I did manage to like bleed a little bit. It wasn't that bad, but it was enough to like be in there, I guess. So as we're getting out, I'm like completely numb by the adrenaline in my body. Like I cannot, I just didn't know what was going on. Like I was just in complete shock, and it was really scary for me, I guess. And so as we got out, people rushed because they heard the whole collision. They heard the noise of it, and so they rushed out to help us, and they helped us out. They got us water, and then they put a blanket over us. They called 911, and this whole thing got like not really fixed, but it was brought from a high point of emotions, but down to a low thing. But the worst thing about this was like I was completely fine. Like I had no I wasn't crying. I wasn't like sad or anything. I was just completely fine. Like the only thing that did make me like really sad was like seeing my parents' faces when they saw me, because they didn't know where I was, because I was kind of on the side. I was getting checked by the medical person, and my parents didn't know where I was. And so when I saw them crying, and it was just one of the things that I could not bear to see. And right now it's like still kind of emotional, but yeah. And so it was just really really bad from the start. So what happened, the people that hit us were actually drunk driving. They left their car, and police did end up finding us, and we ended up getting money through this. I don't know how much. I don't think that much, but yeah. So this whole thing was like really traumatizing, and for weeks I could not get in cars without being scared of going through intersections. Like I don't know, even today, like driving is kind of weird for me. And so like it's one of the most traumatizing things that ever happened to me. So don't drink and drive, and just be safe. You don't know what's gonna happen to you guys, so just remember to just live life till its fullest. So hope you guys enjoyed. Later, YouTube.